Hello YouTube, this is Bruno. In the last video I showed you a guardian farm. I'm standing right now at an AFK spot over this farm. Please check out my other video on when to build this farm and what are the advantages or the disadvantages. But to give you just a quick rundown, you don't need any portals. So this portal here is just, you can go there from the nether. Below the farm of course is soul sand, so any guardians that spawn there will be pushed on top. Will go up the water elevator, be killed by the soul campfires. And the rates are roughly 7,800 drops per hour. Most of that, over half, is prismarine shards. The rest is split between prismarine crystals and raw cod. However, this farm produces virtually no ink sacs. So if you want dark prismarine, either you'll have to build a different guardian farm or you'll have to build a squid farm. But the farm is a very fast build. It took me less than 25 minutes to build this farm. And it basically needs only scaffolding and a few building blocks. You don't have to use glass here, just you have to make sure that some of those blocks are not spawnable. And in this video I'll give you a detailed tutorial how to build it. Let's have a look at the equipment that you need. Here these amounts are a bit generous, just in case you lose a few blocks or you misplace a few blocks. About 4 stacks of glass, 4 stacks of soul sand, about 8 stacks of scaffolding, and the only rare material is really splash potions of invisibility. These are very important. I also recommend potions of water breathing. The number of chests and hoppers depends on how large you want your storage to be. This farm will produce over 2 double chests per hour. If you plan to be AFK for more than a couple of hours, then you might need more chests. You strictly don't have to kill the Elder Guardian, but it's a matter of really a couple of minutes. So I also recommend to grab a few TNT, a redstone block, and a few temporary blocks to kill the Elder Guardians. As for equipment, we'll be pretty much invisible all the time. So I would recommend maybe a pickaxe to break blocks if you misplaced them, maybe a shovel if you misplaced a soul sand, maybe even an axe if you misplaced a chest, and a boat. So let's place the boat and get cracking. Once you get close to the monument, remove your armor and use the invisibility and the water breathing potion. You've probably seen how to defeat the Elder Guardian, but here I'll show it anyway. Just place TNT where the Elder Guardian is, use a redstone block to blow a hole and kill the Elder Guardian while you're invisible. It won't fight back. In most cases, 1 Elder Guardian is in the middle and 2 are in the 2 side compartments. Remove a bit of kelp, you can also do that later, but it sometimes gets in the way of placing the scaffolding. The monument has a 2x2 center. We will center our farm around 1 block, which can be either one in the middle. So just choose one of the blocks and build scaffolding 3 blocks out on each side. High enough to reach the surface. If you build it too high, you can always break it later. Like so, there should be exactly 7 blocks between opposing scaffoldings. Go up to the surface and connect the scaffoldings in the middle. And then build a square on the inside of these 4 scaffoldings. The block in the middle should remain empty, so that you always know where the middle is. Also, we'll need a water column there, so there can't be any scaffolding. And then, from the middle, build 6 more blocks to the outside, so that's the maximum distance that the scaffolding will support. And continue building to the outside, so that you'll end up with a diamond. Don't worry if you place too many scaffoldings, because this will be exactly at the limit of the scaffolding. If you place too many, they will just fall down harmlessly. We finished this platform by building a 2-high wall. This can be 2 blocks of glass or 2 building blocks and a bottom slab, so that no mobs can spawn. Now we start building our elevator. For the 4 block next to the center, build up scaffolding about 10 to 12 blocks high. Don't worry too much if you are off by a few blocks, you can always fix this later. Then choose any side, go up maybe 4 blocks and start building a platform where the drops will end up. Here I place down 9 double chests, and for each column I have 2 hoppers facing into the double chest and the 3rd hopper facing into one of those. On top of those will be the soul campfires killing our guardians. Surround these hoppers with a wall. Personally, I go for glass so I can see what's going on inside of the farm, but you could use any building blocks there. Place down the campfires. If you don't have soul campfires, normal campfires will do, but they are slower. Go up at least 2 more blocks with your wall, and then we'll build a connection to the scaffolding for a water stream moving the guardians there. Place signs over the inner hoppers so that the water doesn't kill your campfires. Then build a 3x3 platform of scaffolding. Now they all have to have the same height. and build a wall 2 blocks high leading to the soul campfires. Also build a roof either using glass or other non-spawnable blocks like bottom slabs. Now waterlock the middle block, which will form a water column right in between the 4 scaffoldings. But of course this is falling water. Now we'll turn it into source blocks using kelp. Go down to the monument, find the block right below the water column and place kelp there, and either use bone meal to grow it to maximum size or add kelp until you can't go any further, and then break the kelp. Now we go back up to the platform and create the water streams towards the center. For this, we want a water source on each of the upper blocks. It has to be the second block up because if we place it on the lower blocks, we'll have a solid water source all over this platform. Once you're done, the platform should be covered by water streams leading into the center. Go below the platform, make sure you're still invisible and have water breathing. Grab the rest of your building materials. Remove the prismarine blocks and the sea lanterns on top of the platform, but not the scaffolding of course. And then we'll create a soul sand platform that basically mirrors the scaffolding platform, except that we don't need soul sand under the glass. However, if you place a stray soul sand there under the glass, it doesn't hurt. Remove any kelp that is in the way. And except for the 4 pillars, we should have a solid wall of water bubbles below the platform. And we are almost done. What remains to do is to build an AFK platform. Go on top of your little water channel, right over the water elevator in the middle, and build up scaffolding until you reach a height of 186. The farm will also work at 187 or 185, but the rates will suffer just a little bit. Don't build it any higher though. And then stand in the middle of your farm and use FreeCam to watch your farm in operation. All is done. If you have an elytra, you can always land in the platform here where the drops end up. However, if you don't have an elytra, I suggest you build a nether portal, maybe right here. And it's probably a good idea to close it up here. Also this will make sure that the guardians can see you from this side. And now perhaps even link it up to a portal on the roof and you will always have easy access to your chests here. I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll find a world download and a Lightmatica file in the description. Leave a like if you want to see more content like this, and see you next time. Bye bye!